The intent of this video is to give you an idea of what to expect if you are looking at the IYV 5-string headless bass, the IBHLFF5-400. So I got a little too curious and had to see what these were all about from looking at them online and other headless basses. So it arrived the other day. Pretty minimal packaging, just an inch, half inch, 3/4 of an inch of styrofoam on each end. Really minimal packaging, but it made it okay. No visible damage or anything, so I guess they do a good job handling these. Color's good finish. As you probably watched the other videos about the tuners, that they're a little rough to begin with, and that's easy enough to back them off and unscrew this part and put some grease on the threads. So the string ball end is back in here and it just pulls it tight. So what you want to know before you tune it to pitch is these clamps might not be tight, and it comes with a little package of wrenches that you will need if you don't have them. So you want to make sure that the string clamps are tight. Otherwise, like what happened with me, is it clamps onto the wound part of the string, and then it starts to pull it through. So the inner core can slide through while it clamps just onto the winding, and then they go flat. So you got to pull it through again and tighten it down good. So these might not be tight all the way. I also I was getting some buzz when plucking kind of hard on a couple of the strings, because it's got a 0 fret, as you can see. So I think the nut wasn't quite cut low enough. I wasn't getting quite enough of break angle across the 0 fret. So I had to file those a little bit. They're not quite exactly straight. The fretwork seems really good, really smooth, really consistent. A little dry. I've got to maybe put some treatment on there. Let's see. So once you get these lubed up, they all work pretty good. Pretty easy to tune. The intonation was set pretty close. The E is still a little off. I'd like to move this back just a little bit, but it seems like that's the maximum adjustment, but it's really close. I'm not unhappy with it. The other strings came well intonated. I did adjust the height a little bit. I was able to lower the action a little bit. And you've got to use this small wrench that comes in your package. I think it's a 3mm, and in from the front. So you have to loosen the string, pull it off the saddle, loosen the locker, and then down from the top there's a height adjustment. Dump these out and I can show you a little better. So you have to reach in from the side and the front and loosen the locker screw, and then you can adjust the height straight in there, up and down. So it's just threaded inside that little brass guy. So it's kind of a pain to loosen it, pull it off, guess your height of your adjustment, put it back on, tune it back to pitch, try it out again. But it's not a terrible thing. And you've probably read that the pickups have a passive mode by pulling up on the switch that's part of the volume pot, and they sound really good passive. And I love that you can bypass the battery, because I first started trying it out, it didn't play. It didn't work, of course, so I pulled up on this switch and it worked fine without a battery in the battery compartment. So if you do have a dead battery, you're not stuck without a working bass, and it sounds really good passive. So I wish some of my other active basses had that option of being able to bypass. And you've got bass, add or cut, mid, add or cut, treble, add or cut, and blend. The switch is a little noisy when going from, it makes a pop when going from passive to active. So you may want to, I didn't try that yet, but you may want to back the volume all the way off when you switch between the two. Probably a good idea there. But so far, and then I should do a tone if I had a better phone or something, I could maybe do a better. I'll have to try to do a video because it compares pretty well to my older Ibanez. As far as the tone, my Ibanez 1205E, which is a Prestige series with Bartolini pickups, and it sounds pretty similar through a little amp so far. So overall, for the price, which you'll hear over and over again from the reviewers, really, really quite surprisingly good. But expect to have to do some adjusting and some work. And if you're not comfortable doing it yourself, taking it to someone else to get it really playable before you are able to really use it. So it comes kind of semi set up. It would play just fine as long as you tighten the nut down, the clamps down adequately, and then tune it to pitch. But to get it to really, it doesn't come really dialed in, which I guess it might be too much to expect. That's all I got. Bye.